get some lighting that gives it. Oh, that one's got to go too. I'll get some. I'll relight it just a little bit because there's no point in. Okay, if you can twist that light around just slowly. Yeah, that's not so bad. That'll do it.
Yep.
Okay. That's okay. This is it down here, isn't it? Okay. Now, so this is a stream, is it? This is
live. It's right now. It's live.
It's live?
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh.
It's live.
I see.
Yeah. So talk for a couple of minutes, and then we'll end the stream and see if it's there. Just give a speech about Sir Bletchley.
Hold on. Okay. Right. So, if I put edit, what are these little buttons for? Oh, there's time, is it? Is there a time thing?
Oh no, that's just the amount of volume. That's.
Oh, it is, eh?
Yeah, actually, yeah. See what happens when you click the microphone. Those buttons might. Yeah, it's probably. Yeah. Okay. No, that's probably just volume. So.
Okay, but we're certain this is live, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it is running.
And it's running.
Okay, 1 minute and 42. Okay, well, this is off the top of my head, as most of what it is, but it rises in my heart, goes up on the way to my head, and on the way my voice box seems to want to operate. So this is one way I want to pass on information. Right now, I'm looking at the history of Eastern religions, particularly the Krishna recognition of Christ in the Vedas, it appears, and then when the Christian ideal of calling for the end days have brought us to these end days, in effect, we have to look behind, perhaps, some of those developments when man began to think about the nature of creation itself, when he had time, and when in the process of developing reason, which is the practice of common sense, in my view, widely understood and not so widely practiced, however. Now, we can look for that because of the blindness, frequently, of the people that are passing on what they believe is the nature of creation itself, which is a bit arrogant and gives them a sense of authority which goes way beyond reasonableness. And we can see examples of how mad people have taken over a whole nation. A whole people would be probably a better word, because it is a kind of duality nation with many, many immigrants, and therefore a bit of a confused muddle in these late days of coming to the end of the Kali Yuga period, according to the Vedas, which they say is probably about a 1500 to 2000 year period of ignorance, when real truth has been denied and people have lived by lies rather than common sense and good reason. Now, that kind of behavior over a period of time you can get away with, and of course it brings about rebellion, it brings about disruption of good, honorable settlement on the land, and all these matters can be dealt with rather simply by doing one radical thing about our electoral process, and that is having an alternative of random selection rather than adversarially trained political partisan candidates selected by, secret societies, basically. I think in this way in Canada, we can probably move from what has been a rather messy, non-constitutional, well, claimed to be constitutional, but absolutely without any we the people in it, what is it called, de facto kind of government where all the old gangsters have grabbed what they can, and anybody gets into their way, well, they take them off the playing field. And that regretfully has brought us to the point where we are now today in desperate need of a new relationship to creation and the creator. And that is why I'm happy to say that my education with a Baul, a gentleman, my Satguru, who was Sri Ashok Fakir Sarkar, who was following in the tradition of the previous, one of the previous gurus, who was much respected, who spent his entire life worshipping the darkness of Kali Yuga and the darkness of the destruction. And then somewhere along the line, he woke up, and in the process of waking up, he realized he'd been entirely wrong, and everybody made the fact that what he had now experienced was a close contact with Shiva. Now, Shiva, according to their traditions, was that which was oppressed by, well, so we say, the feminine aspect of the manifestation of undifferentiated conscious awareness. So, well, differentiated between men and women, but undifferentiated in the sense that the fundamental principles of a good life are actually born into every child, and we're all born to be angels, but we're rather easily perverted from that because of the dirty tricks of blue meanness that surround us on all sides. What is happening, however, is the fact that as Shiva is recognized around the world, people begin to say, yes, that is what we've been going through. We're going through this chaotic, unlimited, virtual madness where the world has been turned upside down and for a number of years has been run by psychopaths. Well, when that is recognized as the situation, we can all say, well, pretty soon they old, they dead. We don't have to worry no more. Famous old Chinese phrase. So, ladies and gentlemen, I see nothing but a glorious future. I see nothing but the end of war. I see nothing but a beautiful time. Oh, apparently it could be Sattva Yuga, it's called, could last as long as 4,000 years. So brace yourself for a good time. Brace yourself for the celebration of great work having been done by the Chinese, and less so by the United States and Russia and all these other Japanese. I suppose they've all had a go at it. But common sense is raising its beautiful head, and we will see an end of the idiocy, certainly in my lifetime. And I've been expecting it for about 9 years now. And I was told by the last pundit, guru, that I encountered and said, well, when we be out of this ugliness, and I think he said 16 years. Well, I said about 9. So if we add 9 and 16, we get 17 years. My kind of math. But I do believe very shortly this whole COVID thing will blow up in the faces of the people who want everybody to believe this nonsense. Anyway, I'm missing Robert David Steele, and I hope if anyone has any good communication from him, they would connect with me. This is Rainbow John, and I'm looking very interested at Kevin Annette's efforts. So we should look towards Kevin Annette, and I think he's getting a fair run of it with YouTube, and I hope this will make it into the general population, because we are moving from the worst of times probably to the best of times. And with that happy thought, I leave you, and one short prayer. Oh, Holy Mother, Holy Father, help us to do thy holy will. Show us the way to peace and harmony and beauty and creativity, and let us stop being fools. Those of us who have been fools and want to be fools. Nothing wrong with good foolishness. God bless. Good night. Thank you. Okay, exit.
Okay, now, first to end stream.
Oh,